Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow, 41 people, Shmario. So fancy.
What do you need?
So where did you get this cable from to plug into
For power?
yeah.
Amazon.
Oh, so there's no...
Yeah.
There's no what? So why can't you get this for the video also?
Video is.
So go to the porch.
Well, that's the video, no. Okay, so you said that...
Now more portable.
Okay, no.
Let's see.
Where's the chassan?
I thought the Kabbalah Sponim was here.
It is here.
Oh, okay.
The boss panel is here.
All right. So you should be here.
Live. Okay, I'm going to
You cannot be. People are coming, you cannot be. Okay?
Mazel tov to you once again.
Mazel tov.
How's your manishtana coming along?
My manishtana? I thought you said how's my mother.
No, your manishtana.
Manishtana is just fine, thanks.
Okay, that's
Oh, hi, Shmulek.
where's the chassan?
The last hurrah.
The last hurrah. In the middle of my Pesach. That's okay.
Well-
I really haven't been doing it. Yeah? What?
What's that? It's light.
Oh, so you don't need me to make you anything? So tell me how much muffin wine you need, and I'll give you.
Is the chassan inside your house?
No, nobody's inside my house.
Where's the chassan?
I don't know. I don't even know who the chassan is.
I don't know him either.
I don't even know what his name is. I don't know who the chassan or the kala is. I don't even know their names.
Khaled Ben Ezra. The chassan's name is...
Reuven Mizrahi.
Reuven
Tell me how many bottles do you want it dry wine or
The oil?
I don't know. I heard he's going to the US.
So my nephew, yes, you can get it. You want eminent dry? Okay, how many bottles?
You can get water. Oh, is that your water?
We have the eminent dry. Pink. Yeah, so that's my nephew. There's nothing else. You get my son made Ketubah wine, and I think that it's probably 17%, 17%. Added sugar and gravy. Is it even better?
And then I get a pounds
You can go to, what's it called? So my father used to go to the pharmacy to get the highest alcohol, purest alcohol, so then he would make his own mashka. Yeah, but how many bottles do you need? How many bottles? Could you please figure out how many bottles you need of what?
One for the cider, one for the cider, one for the other 4 cups.
I don't know how many, because he says he's eating out. And how many pounds of matzah?
I don't know, I need three, that's the thing, if I'm gonna do the sitter or not, because I still don't know what I'm doing for, I still have to confirm with the sitter, so I guess I'll go back each month.
That's fine, as long as you have it before cleaning. If you just want some food in your apartment.
Even so, I can walk here and take it.
Right, but if you just want some food in your apartment to have when you don't have
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna get
Um,
that
just
testing as well.
figure out how many bottles and how many cans you want. Okay? But you can always get more on your just do it the first days and then figure out what
Yes,
you use.
okay, fine. Perfect, thank you very much. Okay,
Oh, someone like put it by each place? Oh, that's fine. Oh, that's clever. That's quite cute. Okay.
loud at our kids. Even I brush my teeth when
Okay, everything
I'm just leaving these here. You want once?
I'm doing my first page up by
What
myself
else
this
do you
year.
need? We need other pens.
Okay, send you a picture.
Let them open it.
I put like in the bag, I put gold.
You got this. This one's short.
Doing my first page up by myself this year.
Everybody wants a toll, but that's okay. You know what people did? I gave them the idea of what we did for dinner. Oh, you weren't here at Yankees wedding. I had a bed. Hello. People watching it? Okay, apparently my friend heard my voice on the other wedding. She was laughing. She's like, Miriam, I heard your voice. You know, my friend told me that too. Is it really live right now? Well, could you shut up?
I have the different colors. Like, I have all the colors.
I don't know.
I also have orange. Also, I have white.
You got white too?
Yeah. This is what happens when you deal with the crystal.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I forgot to charge the laptop. I forgot to charge the laptop. Yeah.
Couldn't tell you. You used to do it with a phone, I guess.
Yeah. Did very good that I brought the charger with me just in case this happened, but I forgot the charger.
I set up a Zoom account for the wedding.
This is, I think my family wanted specifically to have like, one just like for the family.
So they can chat amongst
Zoom. Oh.
It's so they can
Oh,
chat.
so they can chat with each other.
Yeah,
Huh?
No, they want to have a perfect.
Like, they want their own private one. This is rolling?
This is rolling already.
Wow, we're live.
Getting out of the view of the camera.
Yeah.
Chasing after the car, they just think.
It's beginning with an hour.
Take out the mask.
What?
Take out the mask. It's safe.
It's not home yet.
You know how sometimes at Russell knows you get like free kickballs too, but just hand it out.
Right, so that's the.
I was thinking 2 weeks out.
It's probably a little more last minute.
I think the shorts and masks really makes a big deal.
Yeah, the short matches are going on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm playing coming in regularly. I do. My company.
I never heard it was possible.
You can't bet them.
No, I mean, there's no, even our other suppliers that we buy normally mid-February and all this stuff. They hire warehouse. Everything. And 95 an hour. And what we can find is
If this is what it says, if this is what it ever said, you can do it.
well,
I just want to make sure that I'm not.
we were too, when we went in low amounts, we had to buy them a couple times, you know, buy higher low amounts than we need. But spend far more money than we wanted to.
Now there's online things that you make your own mask at home.
Yeah, but the mask we need is for, you know, Corona. It's particle size, so you can't use certified.
Oh, sure.
So that makes me so it's required. It should be like a scarf or something that works just as good even. Doesn't work unless it has OSHA.
What time did you do all this?
That's working.
Figure it out. I'm not gonna be stopping to go to my car. What did he just put in here? Yeah?
I don't think so.
No, from Pleasant, you know, Pleasant, starting with it. Figure it out.
I can try and find out, but the last time was they went to get their and stuff, and then they went on.
You found the car?
What?
Oh, that's the butler.
Back up.
What happened?
Yes.
Where should my friend have the Reuven show?
Hold it.
After the correspondence is finished,
Yeah.
I don't
then
know.
we'll turn up to what.
Same for him.
Where should he stand?
Yes. She just hold it. Is that?
Just stay on the back over there.
Hold it.
Just hold it and stay in the back.
Good job. Hey, remember the laptop? Remember the charger? I forgot the charger before. I used to plug them so frequently that I forgot about the charger.
He wants to go into
You get dressed here though, right?
Yeah. Mendel opened, I was just going to tell you that.
Thank
Mendel
you.
opened it up. So you tell them?
Which one? Going to number
You
2.
make sure everyone keeps their distance? Yes? Make sure, remember, like they were walking close last time, make sure no one walks near.
mic level.
Yeah, across the street.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we're good. Everybody's got to keep their distance.
Yes. Everybody remember social distancing. If you sit down a little bit further from somebody. There you go. Unless you have American Express, don't sit too close.
Hola. Gracias. Wow. Hey, Reuven. Hola. What's up, Alex?
Mucho, Joshua.
Shopping is maybe like, those caution older people having the shopping for them. Huh? Right. Wow. Wedding is without special
Is it? Yeah. Rabbi, is it shaykh to sing the Niggunim of the Rabbeim?
Yeah,
No?
Is it? You want to do all of them now?
I'd like to.
Why not?
Rabbi, was machen wir? To the chuppah, to the Kabbalah traditional minor. On this course in the
Oh, yina na na, oh, hey, ho, li li la, li la ya ra, oh, li li la. Hope you're sitting here. Hope you're sitting here. La ra ra, oh, li li la.
He's on board. He's
Li
not
la ra, ya ra. Oh, yina na, ho, ha, di da ya, di da ra ra ra, mo, yina na da, ha ra ra ra, mo, yina na na, ha la ra, oh, yina na na. La la no yene na na ra 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 no yene na do ra 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 oh yena na oh ra ya ra ra no yene na ra 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 mo yere ra ra na ra ra yo yina na oh ho le ra ra mo yere ra do ra ra la ro la ra oh na na oh le ra ro.
We're now going to sing the Niggun dedicated to the Alter Rebbe, Keliata.
Keliata beyodeka Eloika yaromemeka Keliata beyodeka Eloika yaromemeka Keliata beyodeka Elakaya oh ya mo ya nai oh ya no nai ya na 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 la 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 Oh,
We're going to sing the Niggun Shtadchus, Miyuchas. No,
you
to the Tzemach Tzedek, the Niggun Shtadchus.
Tell Aaron to make sure that Omer knows that we're here. Send them our location. Keep it.
The next Niggun is from the 4th Chabad Rebbe, the Rebbe Maharash, and it absolutely personifies what we're doing here today. It's known as Lechatchila Riber. And our blessing to the Chassan Kala unanimously is that they should be able to run their lives constantly in a way of Lechatchila Riber under a lot easier circumstances. To the entire family and all those that are watching, it's me. We are wishing you a Mazel Tov, and we're going to now continue with Lechatchila Riber. תשב.
Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. That's not something you let go of. Yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Did-it-da, mama, yeah, yeah. Did-it against them. Yeah, let Hey, yeah, Mandy, make it lower. And a little lower. Hey, Niggun for the Rebbe Rashab, the 5th Lubavitcher Rebbe. We're going to sing the Niggun Achone for the Alter Rebbe's Niggun. Ya, 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 Oh, you're live? Her father.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we have time. Unfortunately.
The Niggun of Reuven, the Rebbe's father. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mazel Tov. We are about to read the Tanaim. We'd like to call upon Rabbi Ozdaba to read the Tanaim. That is the sort of contract and marital obligations, all the things that come before the ultimate happiness. So with no further ado, Rabbi Ozdaba Bavakasha will read the Tanaim.
Haynu mitzad echad, hanichmed v'amefursim kol v'chul, Rav Tzvi Shnichim and Rav Binyamin HaLevi, ha'emed mitzad Chosim Rav Reuven Shmuel v'Shichya ben Rav Alexander Shichya. Mitzad Hashem Yanichmed v'amefursim kol v'chul, Rav Nachman Melech ben Rav Yosef, ha'emed mitzad Akala v'molo Sara Tichya bas Rav Yehuda Shichya. Reish Shtov. Adaya Chosna Nal Yisrael Mal Tevsakala Nal B'chum V'Kedushin Kedas Meish Yisrael. Vayavlichu Vayavimu Leizeh Mizu Leizu Mizeh V'yishtu V'tzein Shavah V'Shavah. Yedur B'nei Bav V'chim V'kerech Lar. Yanich B'dvar Mefurusum Kol V'chuyas Yeshivim V'Rav Yonah Levi Anal. V'yivei Mitzad Chosna Nal Yischai V'Satz Militin Matonis L'Chosna Nal. Matonis L'Kala Nal L'Begodim L'Chosna Nal. Keminig Argidim HaPesom. Adeyu Anichud V'Amefurusum Kol V'chum V'Rav Achmel Shem Rav Yisrael Nal Mitzad L'Kala Nal. Yischai V'Satz Militin Nal L'Kala Nal. Matonis L'Chosna Nal L'Begodim L'Kala Nal. Keminig Argidim HaPesom. Achas Netim Mitz Hashem Mitz Shoteva Mitznachas. This man Umokim K'fi Sheisratu Shnei Atzdodim B'Yerushalayim Min HaKodesh. Tivonim V'Sikonim. Rab Chaz and Shamish V'Klizem L'Chatzoyin Mit Mitzas Sifim L'Didim Talis V'Kid V'Nogel Talis V'Kitul K'Nog V'Machem Aschun. Odev Kalvim Tzadach Rab Chanan Michael Odom Sheyichya Ben Shmuel Yosh Yichya HaKoyin. Odev Kalvim Tzadach Kala Rab Oime Sheyichya Ben Yeshua Yichya HaKoyin. V'Atzdodim Manal Mechiyovim Miftzoi Sesarim Kavlon Manal Shligilim Shum Hesek Gram Hesek. Bikonino min Atzdodim u'min Alim Kablonim Nachosna Kalnal Al Kol Od the Kosim V'Ushlu V'Mona the Kosim V'Knaybe HaKoyin Sharid V'Kayim. V'Kolonel Nasmit Ki Iskav V'Ki Yigomen Agav Sudan. Chalef Na Yisra Me'al Pidas Teinusin HaKadesha Kiminig V'Ketekif Taneim L'Sheinim Tanigam V'Yisof Neinu Eidem HaChasudim Mata Yoim Yoim Echad B'Shabbos Achad Osir Yoim L'Chodesh Nisan Shnas Chameshes Alof Mishva Meis Shmeinim L'Yitzira Bon Ala Chosim Yemanal Shohanal Koi Brooklyn New York Num Yirmiyo Meir Ben Chaim Hirsch L'Mishpachas Melman 8 Num Ari Nechemya Ben Shleima L'Mishpachas Ben Alovitz 8. No, you hold on to it. You're the Tzad Chosna Kal, so you hold it. Right there.
You and your wife, you and the two.
Okay, what is yes?
Breaking the plate, and then the maimon. Yeah, they're getting a plate.
Your name is?
Lipchik. He's Sony 55.
Okay. In the meantime, they will come over to the hospital and take a kind of. It's a sterilizer. It's permitted. It's introduced and it kills viruses. Yeah. Make a space.
Amen.
Yeah. How you doing, Javi?
Amen. Amen.
Please take some water, take some zayness, Rabbi says, you don't have this.
Amen. Dan, yellow or white? Yellow? Thank you. Amen. Amen. Thank you. I didn't even have to ask. Amen. 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 Thanks you. God bless you. Blessed.
So happy to be here. I didn't think I was going to be here.
Baruch Hashem is our schools.
Yada,
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Chaim Levrach. Yellow or white? I love you. Omer, yellow or white? Rabbi Chaim Levrach. Rabbi Zeikon, can you please join us? Huh?
Let him through, Rabbi, make a line. Here comes the rabbi from Vietnam. All right.
Chaim, very, very soon. Right one. Amen. Love you, brother. Amen. Thank you for your help. In your schools, I said much more to him than Rav Zeikon. I love you. Which one?
If you don't, I was feeling this trend, but I just told me to fight that. Say like that. He wants to have it ready.
Should I get us some carrots?
Maybe.
Instrumental to all this. I'm serious. I want you to hear that. You're instrumental to like this day happening. I'm gonna have to take over the messaging. Amen. Amen. Peace.
All right, we got another chevra.
You made the right decision. Amen. Yellow or white, boy chick? I love you so much.
Just a minute. Wait. I want to get
Oh!
just a moment. Yes. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, the two interferers, Rebbetzin Tevel and Rebbetzin Lipchik, are going to break the plate to commemorate that our joy is never complete until we have the ultimate Geulah, which is surely coming very soon. Mazel tov! Mendy now, that one. Odisham. We're going to do the mimer and then we're coming. I want to move on time.
Reuven!
We're now going to sing the Niggun before the mimer, and he's going to pass the mimer to Chadei.
ma ma ra ya ra la ra no ya na la ra 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 hey oh la ra 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 hey oh la ra 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 ma hey oh la ra ra lo la ra ra hey ra ma 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 It says, it says, come, my beloved, let us meet the bride, and let us welcome the Shabbos. Now the Frierdiker Rebbe explains, what does this mean? So he explains that the groom is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is God. And the bride is the whole Jewish people. He also explains that the groom is what is known as Zah. Zah is the 6 emotive attributes through which God created the world. And the Shabbos is Malchus. Malchus is that which receives from the 6 emotive attributes and then brings it to the next level to be able to create. So now the Frierdiker Rebbe explains that first there has to be an external transmission, an external giving. The giver has to give something, so to speak, superficial in order to create a connection with the receiver. Now, once the giver has done that, then there has to be what it's called the internal transmission, something internal, so something that the receiver can receive and bring it into something higher. Now, the Frierdiker Rebbe explains that this is the case with every single moment when we have a giver and a receiver. This dynamic of transmission, external and internal. And he gives 2 examples. He gives the example of a teacher and a student, and he gives the example of a father and his son. Now one could say that these are just 2 examples of a giver and a receiver. However, this is not so. The Rebbe specifically chose these 2 examples because they highlight the greatness of these 2 levels of transmission. Meaning what? The external transmission, it seems to be something superficial. When we connect to someone, we give to someone in an external way to create a connection, it may seem like this is something meaningless, something that has no value. But rather, this is something that it's rooted so high, it comes from such a great place that the receiver doesn't even have the capacity to be able to receive it. Nevertheless, we say that this external transmission is only there for the internal. Now, the internal transmission is in a much lower level than the external transmission. However, something beautiful happens, which is that when the internal transmission is received by the receiver, then the receiver takes that and brings it into a much higher level. Now, this allows us to explain the pasuk where it says that in all of your honor there will be a chuppah. There's a pasuk that says in the Torah, there's a line that says, all your honor there will be a chuppah. So what does this mean? Honor represents something that is external. Unlike knowledge, which is something that one internalizes, honor is something that is somewhat surrounding the person by other people. And the chuppah represents this much higher level that brings 2 things together. So it explains like this. When it comes to the groom and the bride, the groom and the bride are both encompassed by each other's love for one another on an external way. The love of the groom for the bride surrounds the bride in an external way, so to speak. And the bride's love for the groom surrounds the groom also in an external way. And there is needed a much higher force to unite these 2 together. And that's where the chuppah comes in. The chuppah brings the 2 together as one. Now this is also can be seen in the higher worlds, in the spiritual worlds. We say that in Chachma and Bina this takes place. And we also say that in the Kabbalah there's also this happens with Zah and Malchus. Which, as we explained before, these are the levels. The emotive attributes through which God creates the world. Now, when Zah and Malchus get together, when Zah gives to Malchus, that reveals the Etzem, that reveals God Himself. Now, looking into the 2 examples that the Frierdiker Rebbe explained, the first example is that of a teacher and a student. The Frierdiker Rebbe gives the example that is brought down in the Gemara, is brought down in our Talmud. And it's a story of Rava, one of the sages, before he used to teach, he used to start with a joke. He would sit in front of the sages and he would start with a joke. Now this would cause the sages to laugh, and this would prepare them, so to speak, to receive that which Rava is about to give them and be able to internalize it. Now this follows the same pattern, the external transmission to the internal transmission. On a surface level, it seems that this external transmission is something superficial, comparable to, right? That a joke is comparable to what Rava can give, this great sage, all the knowledge that he has. What is a joke? A joke seems something trivial, something external, superficial. Whereas the knowledge, it seems that is the thing, that is something much deeper that he can receive. Now this example was first brought in Torah's Chaim of the Mittler Rebbe. And the Rebbe Rashab in his Maimer in Taf Reish Mem, he explains, or he says that maybe there's a connection between Lecha Doidi and this mashal, this example of a teacher and a student. However, when the Frierdiker Rebbe brought this down in his Maimer, he said there is certainly a connection between the mashal and this Maimer. And he explains like this in Torah's Chaim. He says that the root of laughter, it comes from a very high place. It comes from a very, very deep pleasure within the person. What does this mean? There's two types of pleasure. There's a type of pleasure that a person has that was caused by something. And then you have a much higher, much deeper place that is known as a pure pleasure. Something that is undefined. Now the pure pleasure is much higher than that pleasure which comes from something that was caused by something else. Why? Because that which is caused by something else is limited and confined by whatever it caused it. Masha'enke, not so when it comes to pure pleasure. Pure pleasure is undefined, is unlimited. And therefore, it touches a person in the deepest of his places. Now within pure pleasure itself, there are two levels. There is the pure pleasure that can be felt, which can be experienced, which can be explained. When a person feels such a something so deep that nonetheless they can relate it back to someone else. But then there's a pure pleasure that reaches even higher. This is the pure pleasure that can't even be felt. What is that like? This is like when someone feels something so deep in their self that they're almost frozen. They can't explain it. It's something so deep, so essential that they can't even put it into words. They can't describe it to somebody else. So thus we see, how does the example go? Rava first said something external. He said a joke which seemed something trivial. But what was he achieving? He was causing the students to reach this deep, pure pleasure place when they were laughing. And that prepared them. Nonetheless, we said that the external is there for the sake of the internal. So that prepared them to receive. Now, even though the knowledge, we could say that knowledge is on a lower level, nonetheless, the knowledge is there so that once it's received, then the etzem can be revealed. Now, this is also, when we look at the example, the second example, a father and his son. So the example being brought by the Frierdiker Rebbe is a father that extends his arm to pick up his young child, and he lifts him up. So that's the external transmission, so to speak. And then when they are face to face, they play with one another, and that's the internal transmission. Now it is brought down by the Maggid of Mezrich that in this mashal, the son ends up playing with the beard of the father. Now the beard represents the 13 attributes of mercy of God. Now these attributes of mercy, meaning God's mercy, God's compassion, goes even higher than God as he manifests himself as a creator, which means that it touches much deeper. It goes even higher. So we see that this external transmission has a connection to something higher, something that's known as makif. Nevertheless, and then that gives rise to the internal connection, meaning that when he connects to God in such a way that it permeates even his physical body, that the godliness, the elokus can be felt in his physical body. Now, how can this be? How is this possible? How can godliness reach in such a way that it can actually permeate our physical body. So to understand this, we have to look at the teaching of the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov explains what is the mitzvah to respect the oldest brother. What is the mitzvah? And we see that it comes from respecting our parents. So what is this mitzvah? So the Baal Shem Tov explains that the Arizal writes that a father transmits his spirit, he transmits his ruach to the oldest son. Then the oldest son gives it to the rest of the sons. But it comes down through the oldest son, and he's the one that later gives it to the rest of the children. So in a sense, the oldest son has the spirit of the father sort of permeated in him. And through that, then he gives it to the others. So thus we see that it's the same with prayer. We start our morning as soon as we wake up, right? The Alter Rebbe says we're like a bima. We're a yesh. We're an I. We feel I am an existence. However, when we first wake up and we go up and we say Moide ani lefaneka, I acknowledge you, Hashem. That it seems in such a way as to be an external transmission, but that godliness that is coming into the person, that then allows the person to infuse godliness into all his thought, speech, and action throughout his day. Now afterwards, when he prays and he spends his time trying to connect to godliness, then he connects to godliness in such a way that it touches him, it permeates him in his physical body. So in the rest of the day, when he's involved with physical things, he will make those things into a vessel for elokus, into a vessel for godliness to dwell into. In other words, God will dwell into these physical things. Now this is something that the godly soul, the soul within ourselves could not have accomplished on its own. So therefore it was through the external transmission, going into the internal, that then something much greater was revealed. Through the kayak of the animal soul, we reach a much higher place. So thus we see this is the same when it comes to Zah and Machus. When Zah goes into Machus, and then the Etzem is revealed, meaning what? Zah represents the 6 days of creation. The 6 days of the week, and thus the 6 days of creation. And Machus represents the Shabbos. Now Zah has a much higher root, Machus has a much higher root than Zah. So when Zah goes into Machus, then that reveals its higher source. Now its higher source is in Penimius HaKeser, which is much higher than the root of Zah, which is in Chitzonius HaKeser. So when you have Zah going into Machus, then the Etzem is revealed. Now so too we find by Shabbos. But Shabbat is something very interesting. Why? Because it says that Shabbat is Machus. Shabbat is like a queen. And we say that Machus and Shabbos doesn't have something in and of its own. It's like the light of the moon. It doesn't have a light of itself. It has the light of whatever the sun gives it. So we say that he who toils on Erev Shabbos, he will eat on Shabbos, because the 6 days of the week, they feed the Shabbat. On the other hand, we also see that it says that all the days of the week are consequently will be blessed by the Shabbat. So we also see that Shabbat gives to the days of the week that come up next. So what's the explanation? That the 6 days of the week, as we said, they're rooted lower than Machus. But Machus is rooted much higher. But what happens? Machus descends lower. So when Machus descends lower, its root is concealed. And it is specifically when Zah, through an external connection, which shows that it is specifically through Zah, that Machus can be aroused, then it prepares Machus and it arouses Machus and it brings it up and it reveals not just, it doesn't just go up, but it reveals its source. Now something beautiful happens, which is that it's not just Machus that becomes elevated. Zah too becomes elevated as a result. As it says that a woman of valor is the crown of her husband. Meaning what? That Machus then elevates Zah, meaning the receiver elevates the giver. And that's how it works with every transmission of a giver and a receiver. When the giver gives to the receiver reveals and brings it up to a much higher place, and they both become elevated as a result. And this is especially seen when it comes to a chassan and a kala, to a groom and a bride. Then the groom first gives to the bride. The bride then, when she receives, that reveals the Or Ein of the infinite power of God, and thus they are blessed with beautiful, healthy, blessed children, and they bring atmos into this physical world. Ya 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 la la la. Ay ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ay 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 la 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 ya la 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 ay la la ya ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya ya ra la 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 ya 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 la ya 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 la 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 ya 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 la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya ya ra. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. It sounds like you knew what he was saying. You know, like you knew what he was saying. Thank you very much.
All right, everyone, just be careful from the comments. Not to let it touch the floor. All right. Thank you.
Hola, los quiero. Los quiero, los quiero. Me tengo que ir.
There is a very deeply Kabbalistic and traditional format. Everything is done very explicitly. Who puts on what and in what manner. The belt is not a problem. He's wearing a belt, okay. Belt is a problem.
We don't want the pants to fall down.
Momentarily, he is going to be walking to do what we call the Badekanish. The badekin is traditionally when the chatan goes towards the bride and he has not seen her for 7 days or spoken to her for 7 days. This halachically is one of the ways that he could verify that it is her that he is going to marry. But of course, more importantly, he is going to place a veil, which is actually a part of a tablecloth from the Rebbitzin, very, very holy, and place it over her face. There are several reasons for this. One of them is because the Shekhinah, God's holy presence, rests on her face, and therefore to cover it, to conceal it. Also, just as our matriarchs and patriarchs, when they met Isaac and Rivka, the first time that they met, so it's known that Rivka, she covered her face. And more importantly, what we could relate to is that he is attesting that it is not the outer and external beauty and qualities that he is most interested in, but rather on the inner qualities and deeper dimensions that marriage introduces into this holy union. And that's one of the reasons that the kala her face will be covered throughout the chuppah ceremony. We want to thank the people that are watching from far, from near, from Israel, from California, from Florida, and anywhere else that we're not familiar. We welcome you, and this shows us that even in times like this, with keeping to all the rules, we can endeavor and overcome and bring about such an ultimate simcha. We are moving forward momentarily.
You're going to bench the husband now. Father. Bench the husband.
Can I give the phone?
I guess call him in.
You're on over there. You're on Zoom over there.
Are they on Zoom?
My father is.
Oh, perfect. So come. It is customary right before the chuppah that the chatan and the kala's parents get a chance to bless them one last time. Of course. As they are about to enter into this ultimate union, we have now with us the chatan's father, Papa, which is going to give a blessing to the chatan, and then Rabbi Ben Ezra, Rabbi Yehuda, will also be giving a blessing as well. So now I have to call him.
So he's calling you.
Oh. Is he calling me?
Video call.
Una segunda. He's gonna pick. He's good.
One at a time.
Hold on, hold 1 minute. Connecting.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank God with the power of social media and the miracles that we have, although distant in space, but infinitely connected throughout the universe. Accept the call, take the call. Accept.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, we could hear you.
I'm here, I see you.
You see me?
Perfect. I can see him over here.
Yes.
Okay. You are now with Reuven. He's about to go to the chuppah. If you want to say the Birchat Kohanim and bless him as your shliach, I'm going to place my hands over him as you would do. No, with your hand, it's fine. As you would do if you were here, and surely you are here right now with us. And your wife, please give him the bracha right before we go to the chuppah.
I say to Reuven, my prayer wishes that I take place in happy and auspicious hours, and that you build an everlasting Jewish home based on the foundations of the Torah and mitzvot as they are created in the light of the Torah. That is the technique of Shalism. With blessing of Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. We're now going to contact the bride's father, Rabbi Yehuda. Thank you. We're fine. Wij maken dat zelfs. Niet het probleem. Rabbi Yehuda, you are live now with the Chatan, and we would like you to just give him a quick blessing before we go to the chuppah. The Yivarechecha, anything you would like to say. I'm going to place my hand on Reuven's head as though you and your Rabbanit are giving him the blessing before he goes to the chuppah with Sara. Go ahead, you're alive.
ראובן, חתן ראובן, יברכך השם.
אתה יכול להגיד את זה עם שם המפורש.
כן.
כן, go ahead.
יברכך השם וישמרך.
אמן.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך.
אמן.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
אמן. יישא השם.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
אמן. יהיה לכם הרבה נחת מראובן ומשרה, ובעזרת השם עוד מעט מהרבה נכדים. בהזדמנות. נראה אתכם עוד מעט בחופה. We're going to see you soon by the חופה. כן, דקה אחד, אני חייב, כן.
יש כמה קליפס שם של הסבא והסבתא.
כן. ראינו.
אמן.
ידבר אל תיתנו מי שלימר דבר אל ארנו בנו בלימר כיסרו מישראל אמיר לה יברך חדינוי משמרך
אמן.
יויר עדיני פונה לברך ולכונך
אמן.
עדיני פונה לברך וליוסם לך שולם
אמן.
שלום שמי על בני ישראל ואני אברכם ושמחה דים כאפרים מנשה
You come on this side. Put your arm through his. Let's go to the chuppah now.
The kala.
יהודה, עכשיו אנחנו הגענו עם החתן, עם כולם, הגענו לכלה, אז תיתן לה את הברכה של ברכת כהנים, מה שנתת לו. So much be out big strong and never see how the here Sara different of the day. She had a beautiful home of life, happiness, pleasantness, health, home, true to the sky, nachas one from another, nachas to the other, and everything. We started here life, Baruch Hashem, just being away of Mazoli Gaber, constantly just benching the shliach of your parents and Reuven's parents. Actually, they're here with us, together with them, and give you all the brachas.
Amen. Mendel. Start driving. One more time. The other two speakers. Yeah. This is the black cord is plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Good?
Now go.
Wie niet me te doen? Ik heb naast me zitten. Dat is een hem zijn dus. Was? Ik ken? Heb ik gebed in toon? Heb ik gebed?
Mazel tov, Mazel tov. What an auspicious and momentous occasion of all days of the year, the birthday of the Rebbe, 118 years. And no less, usually it would be in front of Chabad World Headquarters, but as divine providence has it, the Rebbe chose that, as they say, we're taking it home. We're right near the Rebbe's house. We're at the Rebbe's house, under the Rebbe's window and the Rebbitzins' window. There was a famous chassid, Reb Zusha Velamovsky, Zusha Partizan, and he mentioned that there are 3 Yomim Tovim for Chassidim. There is Yud Shvat, Yud Dalet Kislev, and Yud Aleph Nisan. Yud Shvat represents our connection to the Rebbe in a manner of a Nasi and Eved, that he is the leader of the generation. He accepted the mantle of leadership in 1951. Yud Dalet Kislev, our connection with the Rebbe is one of a Rebbe and a Chassid. Like a rabbi has his congregation, his group of Chassidim. That's Yud Dalet Kislev, the Tag was at verbunden mir mit euch. The Rebbe says, the day that bonded me with you and you with me. He mentioned, however, Yud Aleph Nisan, the day we stand here today. That represents that our connection with the Rebbe, our bond with him is one of a father and a son. Av uben. And what more befitting than such children to be right in the backyard? Who would ever dare to walk in here? But Ba'ashgacha Pratis, Hashem knows those special rear nishamas like Reuven and Sara. We would like to begin the ceremony. As you can tell, we're under the chuppah, the canopy. The canopy is open from all 4 sides. It's to symbolize the tent of Abraham. The tent of Abraham was open on all 4 sides. Hospitality. It's also the blessing to Avraham Avinu, to our dear patriarch Abraham, that I will make your children like the stars in the heaven. And therefore, regardless of a bit of a chilly weather sometimes, we'll make sure to have the chuppah outdoors, right under the open canopy of the sky. We're going to begin the first part with the annual Baruch Haba, the traditional, and we're going to ask and introduce the Honorable Rabbi Ozdeba to lead us in the cantorial verse of Baruch Haba.
Baruch haba mi adira lakoil mi baruch lakoil mi gadoil lakoil mi dagul lakoil. Oh Yevarech, Esechason v'yesakalo. Oh Yevarech, Esechason v'yesakalo.
Thank you, Rabbi Ozdeba. It is customary that the Rebbe would send a personal letter to a chassan and kala with his special, unique, and fatherly wishes for the endurance of their life. We're going to ask someone very special to the kala and her family, and by now to the chassan as well, Rabbi Menachem Kadaner, to please lead us in the reading of the Rebbe's letter that he is surely sending and standing right here under the Rebbe's window, surely giving the chassan and kala and all of their loved ones. Rabbi Kadaner, b'vakasha. It is in Hebrew and there will be an English translation.
Hashem, Brooklyn, New York, Shalom Uvracha. B'mayin Eloi do mikvius zman chasunosom. Hineni bezel abia berkosi berkas mazel tov. V'shetiyeh b'shal teva u'mutzlachas. V'ibnu bais b'Yisrael binyan adiyad al yesedei ha'teira v'ha'mitzvah kefishum shehem mu'arim b'mor shabatayra zui teiras achsidus. B'verchas mazel tov, and the Rebbe's holy signature. Yechi Adonenu, Moreinu, V'Rabbeinu, Melech HaMashiach, Le'elom Void.
Thank you. Just a translation of the Rebbe's original letter, sent as well in English. By the grace of God, Brooklyn, New York, greetings and blessings. In reply to your notification of the date of your wedding to take place with God's help, I send you herewith my prayerful wishes that it take place in a happy and auspicious hour, and that you build an everlasting Jewish home based on the foundations of the Torah and mitzvahs, as they are illuminated with the inner light of the Torah, that is the teachings of Chassidus, with the Rebbe, with blessings of Mazel Tov, and the Rebbe's holy signature. We are now going to call upon two friends of the Chassan, which are Kohanim, to lead us and the new couple in the priestly blessings of Yevarechecha. We are going to ask Hanan and Omer to please come, of course, to keep a distance and to lead us with the priestly blessing. If there's anyone else, and Mendy Blasberg as well, please come join us as you are going to give the priestly blessing to the Chassan and Kala, that it should go with them forever and ever.
Amen.
Are we using the same agent? You don't use the same agent? I don't know. The same agent? The same agent using the same? No. You gave him agent? Yeah, same agent. Same agent. Is it the same agent that signed the Ketubah?
No,
it's Yirmi and Aaron brother. Aaron Nachamia.
Okay, we are about to commence with the Siddur Kiddushin. We are going to call up the two witnesses. As we know, in Judaism, everything goes with a contract and with witnesses, especially a momentous time like this. We are going to call upon two friends, I'd say friends, acquaintances of the Chassan, as well as Rabbi Ozdaba, to please lead us in the Siddur Kiddushin. That is Nehemiah, Aaron Nehemiah, and Yirmiyahu, to please step forward as the witnesses under the chuppah.
I'm gonna stand here.
Okay? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam b'nei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu v'mitzvosav v'tzivon al adoyos. V'asar lanu sanusos v'hitir lanu sanusos lanu al yichupa v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh am Yisrael al yichupa v'kiddushin. Amen.
Comments again, thinking for them?
Yeah, sure.
Is again thinking for them? Just a minute. It's okay. Can't see in case you're broken. Yeah.
I'll take it.
What?
Both.
No, this is from the one drop. This is from the way.
You need to take this over to that guy's hands,
Just
please.
adding it through the middle.
Oh, I'm gonna do that. Definitely no.
As you may have noticed,
Like just drinking?
as per tradition of Rabbi Yelulian, a dear rabbi of the Kala's parents, which is surely here with us in spirit, we have placed some of the Rebbe's wine of blessing, Kochel Bracha, into the cup that the Chatan and Kala are going to take a small taste of. He would always ask jokingly, how many drops do you want me to put in? How many kids? Oh, whoops, I put in a few extra. I want to also mention that Baruch Hashem, both special Rebbitzins that are, here it's hard to say Rebbitzins, but that are escorting the Kala and the Chassan, both Baruch Hashem have merited to a twins. So you figure it out. We are going to move forward with the blessings in just a moment to all those that are tuning in live.
Gentlemen, make room for the videographer, please. If you don't mind moving to the side so the videographer is right behind you. They'll have to see. That he didn't have to see. They can see from over
At
there.
this point, the Chatan
Not
is
microscopic.
going to place the ring on the finger of the Kala. The ring is untarnished with no indentations, very simple, very pure, to signify that their bond, their union, forever and ever should be one of respect, of simplicity, of purity, and of course, smooth as ever. That was Svardic version for all those. For the reading of the marital contract, the Ketubah, we are going to ask Hatomim Harav Reb Yitzchak Shmukler to lead us in the Yosef Yitzchak Shmukler to lead us in the reading of the Ketubah.
ואחד בשבס, אחד עשיין, בחדש מצון שנס, חמש סלחים ושבע מייס ושמיינים. דבי ישראלון ומינים נשארים מיינים כאן, מסה ברוקלין, ניו יורק, אישה הבחר רובין שמואל שיחיה בן רב אלכסנדר שיחיה, אמר להדה איצה, שרה תחיה ואסר יהודה שיחיה, אבלי לאינטו גדס משו וישראל, ואנו אפלת ואיקר ואיזן, ואפרנס יסחי, לכי כלכס גוברין ידיים, the Balkan of Micron, the Zion of Farnson, and Shein, the Kushta, the Yavna, Lichi, Mara, Kibusaichi, Kesazuzi, Mea, the Chazi Lichi, the Rabbanan, Mazanechi, Uxaisechi, the Sipokaichi, Umel, the Vasaichi, Erev Kolar, the Svias Mars, Sara Tichia Itzada, Vavase, the Intu, Vidan Dunya, the Hanalale, מבית אבוה, בין כסף, בין דזר, בין בתכשיטים, במאני לבושה, בשמושי, Dira Mishay, the Arsa, Kol Kabal later, Reuven Shmuel Shechia Chazandaran, the Hamishin Skokim Kasat Surfi, the Tzavir Reuven Shmuel Shechia Chazandaran, Vaisabog in delay, 8 Hamishin Skokim Kasat Sarf Acher, Knek Mitzach Hakal, Mea Skokim Kasat Sarf, Bekach Amar Reuven Shmuel Shechia Chazandaran, Nachrai Shtak, Subasa, Don Dunyadan, the Tesaftada, Kabila Saleh, Al Yarse, Basroi, the Ispareh, Mikol Shafar, Arag Nechasin, V'Kinyan the Islay, Chois, Kol Shmai, the Kanai, V'Dasid, Ana, the Mikna, Nechasin, the Islahain, Achrais, the Leisman Achrais, V'Hain Yain Achrain, V'Arbain, the Ephraim, Nain Stark, Sebasada, the Dunyadan, the Tesaftada, Minai, V'Afilim in Glima, the Aksafai, V'Chai, V'Vasachai, in Yemedanan, V'Alam, V'Achrai, Stark, Sebasada, the Dunyadan, the Tesaftada, Kava, Allah, Reuven Shmuel, Shechia, Chassandanan, Gefermakol, Stark, Subais, with the Saftais, the Hagim, with the nice Yishal, Asing, Kitikun, Chazal, Law, Kis Machta, but like it types of the story of Kanina, in the Reuven Shmuel, Shechia, Ben Alexander, Shechia, Chassandanan, Lamar, Sara, Tifia, Basarila, Shechia, Itzada, Akol, Mad, the Kosim, and Forest, the Il, Bamana, the Kasher, the Mekne, Bay, Akol, Shar, Bekayam, Naum, Yom Mer Ben Chaim Hershel Mishpachas Melman Eid Aaron Nechemia Ben Shloimel Mishpachas Berleville Eid.
Under the escort of the two witnesses, the chassan will now place the Ketubah, the marital contract, in the hand of the kala. Marital contract is one of the oldest contracts, if not the oldest one, dating back many thousands of years in the original Aramaic, which discusses the obligations of the chassan to work, support, help, cherish, love, care for his dear kala, and therefore the entire family. And surely we're reminded that we are compared to a kala, and Hashem is compared to the chassan. We're asking him at such a dire time for all of humanity that he should do what it says in the Ketubah and give us as the kala the ultimate redemption for all of mankind. May it be speedily in our day. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, he's not here. Not here.
Not here? So I can give it to him. Do you have anybody else?
I wrote down Daniel. I didn't write it? Yes. Daniel Brown. Daniel Brown. Well, whatever the issue is going to do,
We are now going to have the recital of the Sheva Brachas, the 7 special blessings for the chassan and kala that I'm sure everybody around the world watching is placing upon their heads from here to eternity.
First two.
Stay onto the chuppah. Go by close to the mic. That's good.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam v'rei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakeil bara lichveidei. For the third blessing, we'd like to call upon Daniel Brakowitz, a dear friend, for the third bracha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam yotzer ha'adam.
Amen. Thank you, Reb Daniel.
For the fourth bracha, we are going to call Rabbi Menachem Mendel Zeikan to please honor the Chas and Kala with the fourth bracha of Sheva Brachas. You may hear in the background the music is already starting.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher yotzer Sodom v'Tamai, b'Tzelem d'Ustav Nisai, v'Hiskilei mimenu binyan Adiyad. Baruch atah Adonai Yetzer Adam.
For the fifth bracha, we would like to call a dear friend as well, Rabbi Hanan Kent, to please honor the Chassan and Kala with the fifth bracha. Hanan Akayin. Hananya?
Tzamach the tzamach.
Seis.
So it's a tasois v'sagel v'yod para bibi kibbutz b'vaneo v'soicha b'simcha baruch atah Adonai Meshiach Mesameach Tzion b'vaneo.
Amen. For the two final blessings, we would like to call upon Harav HaShliach, Reb Menachem Kadaner. They came in specially all the way, and the Kala Baruch Hashem spent many a Shabbos, a Friday night, till the wee hours of the morning, as is their tradition. We're going to honor him and thank him with the last two brachas, the concluding brachas of the Sheva brachas. Of course, may this be the beginning of all blessings for the happy couple.
Amen.
Samach.
Samach te samach, ve'im ha'ovim, kesamecha choyetzilcha began Eden mikedem, baruch atah Adonai, mesameach chasan v'chala.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bara sasim v'simcha, chasan v'chala. Hey, Gila, Rina, Ditza v'chetma, Ava v'yachma v'shalom v'reyos. Me'eiro Adonai Eloheinu, Yishama bar Yehuda, uvechotes Yerushalayim, kol sasan v'kol simcha, kol chasan v'kol kala, kol mitzales chasanim mechubasom, oneyarim mimishteneginasom, baruch atah Adonai, mesameach chasan imakalo. Amen.
We added to the whole bottle. We added to the whole bottle.
The Rebbe and the Rebbitzin are surely smiling. They're looking down at not a very simple couple. We know it's not a union, but it's a reunion. Kabbalistically, we are taught that before the child is conceived, in heaven, they already have destined who will be his soulmate. It's the same soul, and it's broken into two halves. These two extraordinary and very, very special Chassan and Kala, which now have hence become one, have given the Rebbe and the Rebbitzin such an overflow of naches. They are anything but naive. They know full well where we stand, both globally and physically now. And they insisted against all odds to do the unthinkable and have the wedding here in the Dalet Amas of the Rebbe. In those 6 cubits that they say you got to be 6 feet apart, that's Dalet Amas. To be right under the Rebbe and Rebbitzon's holy window. I heard many a time from my father of blessed memory how himself and others would come at night to the Rebbe's side door, and they would beg and knock and ask the Rebbe's secretary, please, there's a child not well. Please ask the Rebbe a blessing. I know the Rebbe has left 770. We can't get it on the phone. And this is the home where hundreds of thousands, and by today millions, look towards for blessings, for inspiration. In a time like this, Sara and Reuven are, Baruch Hashem, starting their life, their ultimate journey, in a place which is anything but nuclear energy, as we would put it, of holiness, of health, of happiness, of true and pure love, and of utmost dedication to the Rebbe and to the Rebbe's message to every one of us. That just as we see today, every one of us can be and probably is a carrier for light, a carrier for hope, a carrier with a good word and a smile towards someone else, and that can make the final difference. As you begin your lives, know the Rebbe and Rebbitzin are looking down on you. They are smiling, and through you, they will send blessings to your families, to their loved ones, all those tuning in. And still this Yud Aleph Nisan, we will merit, as we said in the Ketubah, or in the Tanaim, that the Chasana will be in Yerushalayim HaKodesh. We will have the ultimate Farbringen with the Rebbe, and then you will merit to see, if you haven't yet in your mind's eye, that ultimate smile of deep and inner satisfaction and true pride towards the Chassan and Kala. The Chassan is now going to break a glass, as is customary, because to remember that our joy is never complete until we have the ultimate rebuilding of the third Beis HaMikdash. May it be Teikef Umiyad Mamash.
Mazel tov!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official.
Hey, girls, awesome, girls, sing.
Taking a left.
Everybody, you guys are such an inspiration. Everybody,
Yeah, give me 2 minutes.
I have.
Yeah. You just has it all set up. Beautiful. Yeah.
Gotta turn off that monitor. The cameras. Where are they going?
I don't know. Is that door closed? 1 second. Wait here a second. All the way in there?
You know, we're gonna put the spoon down over here. We're gonna put the spoon down over here. Where's the photographer? Photographer, is he coming? My name is Reuven. He spoke on the phone. Shh, don't tell him. Hello. Pastor, you're gonna go in first. Second. You need the photographer.
So the whole basement is going to shut down.
What?
The whole basement's going to have to get closed.
Okay.
1 second.
One minute. Where are the photographers?
There's no cameras there. The cameras are just outside. Yeah.
Photographer, he went across the street. He told him he was going across the street. Okay, guys, come in. Are you just you? No, not you. Just you? There's not any.
Where's the
photographer? He walked across the street. He thought that's where we were going.
Oh, you have his number?
No. Braha, do you have his number?
Okay.
I forgot it.
We'll have to take the picture from the camera.
Hold on.
You look beautiful. Don't look. Just go.
Hold on.
Got another foot back if you're not.
What you're gonna do? You're gonna kiss those results. Move your right foot slowly over the spoon. Okay, beautiful. Whatever it is, come. Picture. You're doing this. If you want, you can try on any of these.
I think this one would look best.
Okay.
Okay, 1 minute. Just to work. The gowns, yeah, just with a fitting and everything else. It's not.
He's not here, Tom.
Is he coming or he's not?
I don't see. No, now he's coming in the driveway. No.
This is a coat. This is a green coat.
Oh, a photographer. All the way in, Sarah.
Go inside. Turn around. Take a picture.
Hold on.
Okay. Fasten it slowly. Kiss the scissors. With your right foot slowly over the spoon.
Can I come to the side? Or?
Back up.
Same thing?
Slowly. Okay,
You
go
guys wanna
further
go that
into
way?
the other room over there. Take them in there.
Okay, see you, Sara. Get as many pictures as you guys want.
Maybe we're gonna just go inside and watch a movie. And then do a quick finish, the both of us, make everybody happy, and after that,
Go around the neighborhood for 2 hours.
yeah, after that, the probably gonna be late.
People are still gonna come out.
Yeah. If it's a glimpse, they'll come. Thank you. I'm sorry.
So we are going to the back?
Yeah. Well, get them now. They're coming out, maybe. They told me that the thing was freezing. So I think they're on now.
I cut it, the whole feed.
Okay.
Hmm?
Mandy, you want to just hit the music when they come out?
Start the track from the beginning.
Yes.
איך התחיל מההתחלה כשהם יצאו? מה? איך התחיל את זה מההתחלה כשהם יצאו?
So what's the guy with the red voice doing?
Do I figure out to turn off the lights?
They're coming out?
It's live again.
No way, I'll take care of the camera.
But they're going to walk outside. Okay, fella, we're going to go inside now. We're going to have to change up. Have a quick meal. Put them around time. 2 hours late.
Mama's on a smart camera. It's going from F. She's going back to Manfrotto. How much you pay for this one? Okay, cool. That's so new.
Well, when I bought this, you weren't in business yet.
I think it's close for like 3 hours. Ask him.
How are you?
It's time to say goodbye to these bad boys. And together, we should dance in the Groom immediately. بالنسبة للجو بالنسبة للأصيبة اللي دار.
Wait.
How do you zoom out?
Zoom out?
Yeah.
How? Oh, how? This thing is zoom out, but you zoom in forward. Don't understand why the cow. Are you riding with me? Are you riding the tank? I don't know. Serious question.
I don't know where you guys are going.
He's got an address of a backyard to take pictures at.
Okay, great. Go with it.
Just following him.
Go with it. This is your day. Enjoy. Sorry, are you freezing ice cold? Yeah. Okay, wait. We're gonna get you something. Just a minute. Okay. Yeah, the mink. Oh yeah, don't worry.
I'm just gonna set this up and it should be okay.
Okay.
Just give me a light in here because we're gonna need this at some point or another.
So that's exactly what it feels like.
Yeah, it's kind of like an offshoot. Yeah, the fast one. Do we know where your flowers are?
They're in the room, yeah.
Who can we call that can bring them to us?
Grandpa, maybe.
Let's head over there. Amazing. Do you know their number by heart that you can call them? Whoever. Someone that can bring her flowers?
Yeah, that's the remote right there. So that's great.
Yeah, no, it's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. They just rebranded it. Literally made in the same warehouse, etc.
Hi, Rafa. Hey, can we ask you for a favor? The photographer's asking if we can bring Sarah's flowers for the picture. The coat, not just the coat, the flowers. Sarah's flowers.
He said, I met a guy on the train. He was doing pocket business.